Let me ask you something real. Have you ever found yourself stuck watching someone and you don't even fully know why? Not in a creepy way, but it could be a celebrity, an ex, someone online, or even just a person you keep checking on without thinking. You tell yourself it's casual, it's nothing, but something in you keeps going back to them. And of course, none of this is random. There's actually a psychology and an energetic pattern behind that. Because what we call obsession isn't just about the other person. It's usually about something happening inside of us. And once you understand that, you start seeing yourself deeper and your attention completely differently. So today I want to talk about the psychology and energetics of obsession, why people can't stop watching certain people, why certain faces, stories, relationships, or even online lives pull us in completely, and what that actually reveals about our emotional world, our nervous system, and our consciousness. Because this isn't just about celebrities, social media, Hollywood, or the music industry. This is about human attention and where our energy goes when we're not fully aware of it. Let's start with something simple, of course. Celebrity obsession. We've all experienced this. Maybe it's a public figure you follow closely. You know what they're doing, what they're wearing, who they're with. You're not even trying to, it just happens. Or maybe it's an ex. You tell yourself you've moved on, but you still check, you still wonder, you still look. Or maybe it's scrolling loops online. You open your phone for a second and suddenly 30 minutes is gone and you've been pulled into someone else's life, someone else's world. And the interesting thing here is none of this feels like a decision. It feels automatic. So from a psychological and even nervous system perspective, this is what's actually happening. Your brain is constantly looking for stimulation, familiarity, and even emotional activation and regulation. Certain people, especially those who trigger emotion in you, create a kind of nervous system charge. That could be admiration, attraction, curiosity, comparison, unresolved emotion, or even emotional pain. And the nervous system doesn't always distinguish between good or bad stimulation. It just knows that this feels activated. So it goes back again and again, not because you're weak, but because your system is trying to complete something and also communicate something really intelligent with you, something unfinished inside of you. And when you combine that with social media, where access is constant, it becomes very easy to stay emotionally tethered to people who are not even in your real life. Now, if we go a layer deeper into energetics, every time you focus your attention on someone, you are essentially connecting your energy field to them in that moment. And not in some mystical and even unrealistic way, but in a real attention and emotion way. Because attention is energy and emotion amplifies it. So when someone triggers you, whether positively or negatively, your system is actually exchanging energy with an image, a story, or a perception of them. This is why obsession feels sticky. It's not just mental, it's energetic repetition. You are reinforcing a loop through attention, emotion, and even deeper meaning. Now, here's where it gets even deeper. Most of the time, what we are obsessing over in other people is actually something we are projecting. We're not seeing them clearly. We are seeing an ideal version of what we want, a wounded version of what we fear, or an unresolved part of ourselves. So the obsession is not really about them. It's about what they represent in your individual internal world. So in consciousness terms, this is projection. Your mind is using external people as mirrors for internal experiences you haven't fully integrated yet. Kind of like a review. And this is why obsession often fades when you grow, because the projection dissolves. Not because the person changed, but because you did. And you did it from within, internally. And this is where self-awareness becomes so powerful, because when you start noticing why you're watching someone, you start understanding your own emotional patterns. You identify your attachments, your unmet needs, your curiosity, your longing, your emotional loops, your hopes, your dreams. And suddenly, instead of being unconsciously pulled outward, you start tuning inward. And that shift changes absolutely everything, because awareness breaks automatic patterns. So if you take anything from this today, it is this. Your obsession is not random. Remember that it's real-time information. It's showing you where your attention is still unconsciously attached. And the more aware you become of that, the less life controls you through it. Because eventually you stop needing to constantly look outward to understand yourself and to feel good, to feel freedom, joy, and to experience your own authenticity. And you start meeting yourself directly, which is so empowering. This is the whole point of life and our growth and our personal evolution process that we're all moving through. And that's where real love begins. Not the external kind, where we're constantly seeking, but the empowering, enlightened kind of love that comes from actually knowing your own mind, your own body, your own heart, soul, and of course, your expansive emotional world. Thanks for being here with me today. I hope you took something away from all of this information. And until next time,